Okay, another session of Algebra 1, and this is going to be our final review of graphing systems of equations so that we can figure out how the lines line up for each equation, and most particularly, the main thing I want you to find out is where the two are going to meet. That's called the XY intercept point. That is the most important part of the whole problem. Everything else just leads up to that. So while we're getting ready for this final review lesson before the quiz, I want you to make sure of a couple things. If you have unfinished assignments and you did not do the last quiz, I would suggest, especially to be able and ready to do this work, that you go back and complete your assignments and your quiz before moving on in this lesson. I would just turn this off and go back and complete your assignments. That quiz is important. I'll be grading those of you that have already done it. It should be graded by the time you get this lesson. If you haven't done the quiz, then of course you have pretty much till the end of the year, but it's hoped that when you take the quiz, you take it right after the lessons are over. So just like today's lesson, it's a preview to the quiz on the next session. Now, if you would please, when we go through this, you're going to find that you'll have an assignment sheet of 3 problems. So be sure that when you do this, you use the exact steps to finish those problems. I will be looking for several things, but most important, for every set of 2 equations, I'm going to be really looking for this XY intercept. Now, it would do you well to find the correct slope and y-intercept for each of those, draw it on your graph paper, and then find out where they meet and identify that. So, with that in mind, let's begin the review. I have the 2 up here. I'm going to go ahead and continue. First, I want to find the y-intercept and the slope of each of these. And do you notice? It's already in y-intercept form, so I don't have to change it or convert it. That is the easiest equations to convert to your xy intercept when you're graphing systems of equations. So let's see. So I already have, let's see, for this one here, I'll mark it right here, that the m is what? 2. And that the y-intercept is -3, correct? Over here, your slope is what? -3. And your y-intercept is +2. So let's put those in and let's draw our lines. You ready? Okay. Y-intercept for the first one here is right there. Okay, 0, -3, right? Okay, y-intercept for this one is 2, right there, 0, 2. All right, now let's draw the line for this one. The slope for this one is 2, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. We can draw our line. Okay, and I'll just leave it that way, and then I'll take and draw an arrow to point that that's my equation line. Now let's go to the second one. All right, we have right here 0, 2, and we're going to go down 3. Okay, we're going to go down 3 and over 2. Okay, let's see. I'm having a problem here. All right. I see what happened. I'm glad that you bore with me here. Now let me go back to the first one. All right. Let's see. I'm starting at -3. Okay, my slope is 2 and over 1, right? Okay, slope is 2 and over 1. I guess I did have it correct. Now, On the next one, I'm starting here. I see what I did. So my slope is down 1, down 3 over 1. So I'm just getting ahead of myself. And there's that Mr. Wright making his mistakes because he's trying to get done too fast. All right, so there it is, down 3 over 1, and I don't even need anything else. There's where I crisscross. And yes, I have determined my point of intersection. It's going to be 1 for x, and it's going to be -1 for y, isn't it? Is that correct? Okay, thank you for bearing with me. I was just getting a little bit perturbed with myself and trying to work too quickly and not remembering that it was 3 and 1. I was thinking 3 and 2. Okay, so we good? Now we want to go on to the next one. Let me get ready here with my white. Just bear with me there. And now we are ready for 2 more equations. Maybe this will go a little bit better for me. Okay, we have y minus 4x equals 1, and we have y minus x equals -2. Now, of course, these, we need to convert them. We need the y, so how do we get rid of this? We get y equals 4x. We're going to add the 4x, the minus 4x, we're going to get it to the other side. We're going to do the same here. Y, we want to, instead of subtracting x, we want to add it to the other side. And that's pretty simple transferring, isn't it? So that's a pretty easy one, even though it started in y minus 4x. And we have to get the y by itself. So good. Now we're ready for the components. Are you ready? Okay, what is the slope? 4. What is the y-intercept? +1. Okay, what is the slope for that? That's 1x, right? There we go. And what is the intercept? -2. All right. Now, why don't you go ahead on your graph and mark those down correctly and draw your lines. And I'm going to pause for a moment here. You pause it, do your work, drew your 2 lines, and come up and fill in the y-intercept point for yourself. And now that you've had time to do those, let me do those. Hopefully I'll do them correctly. I have the +4 there, 0, 4. I'm sorry, that's the slope. I have 0, 1 for the first one. And then I have a slope of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just put that in there right now. Let's see. 0 and 4. There we go. I'll do it correctly. And let's see. There's my line right there. Okay, the next one is going to be 0 and -2. And my slope is 1. Okay, so that's going to be up 1 over 1 and up 1 over 1. But if I keep going that way, we're not going to meet. But watch this. If I draw my line the other way, it's still going to meet somewhere. Oh, look at that. It can meet right there. Our XY intercept is going to be, let's see, X is going to be -1, Y is going to be -3. And that's what I'm looking for there. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Now the last one has 2 equations that we'll need to change to y equals. And having talked with a few students online and working them together, I am really happy with how well you've been able to figure this transfer out. So let's go ahead. We have 2x plus y equals -4. And then we have 4x plus 2 equals y. All right, now, I have something here. I'll go ahead and do this the regular way. Can I get rid of the 2x to get the y by itself? Yes, I can I? So it's going to be y. What happens to positive 2x? It becomes negative 2x over here, and then minus 4 stays the same. However, here, if you look at it, doesn't this say that we can put this in reverse? Can't we commute this, both sides, without changing the value? I talked to a student the other day about this, and he said, of course, we can compute that. We can switch the sides without changing the values. It's called the commutative principle. So let's go ahead and put the y on this side. Let's put the 4x plus 2 over here. Now, we have, for the first one, y equals 2x, or minus 2x minus 4. And then over here it has y equals 4x plus 2. So let's see. The slope of the first one is what? Minus 2. Your intercept for y is minus 4. Your slope here is 4. Your intercept point is 0, 2. And we want to find the x, y intercept. So let's go ahead and put these on here. Let's start with this one. Negative 4. You got that? All right. Then slope is negative 2. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Now, I can do it the other way as well in reverse. I can do this as well because I'm keeping the same slope. All right, so that allows me to make a full line on either side. So let me go ahead and do that first. And of course, I'm going to draw the arrow to that one. Now, let's do the other one at positive 2. Here we go. All right, we're going to go, how many up? Up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 2. And down 4 over 2. Just making sure that I see something. Let me look at my details in my paper here. All right. Make sure that I have the correct one. Okay. Okay, 2x plus y equals negative 4, and 4x plus 2 equals y. All right, I have the correct ones. All right, let me go ahead and see this here. Okay, I'm going to continue here. Let's see. All right, I'm starting at positive 2, going down 4 over 1, okay, down 4 over 1, and this is going to keep going here, okay, let's see, down 4 over 1, there we go. It's going to be intersecting at the very bottom there, isn't it? So I just needed to keep drawing my slope correctly for the second one. So and there's where we intersect right down there. Now let's see what that is, the xy intercept. That's going to be, let's see, negative 3 for x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And negative 10 for y. So there we go. Negative 3, negative 10, and we almost went off the paper, but we survived. So there we go. We found the x and y intercept for the two equations. And that's what we need to do. So next time, let's see, you have you're going to put this away, turn off your video, and now you're going to go back and redo these without seeing them worked out. So put away any work you've already done, and let's see if you can go back and complete these again on your own. Try not to make the rushed mistakes that I did. Now, when you get done that video, or when you get done the assignment, go ahead and put the video back on and let's see if you completed that work, just like we did in class. Then on the next session, you'll have a quiz, 3 problems like this, and I believe that the only thing I'm going to be looking for in the answer is that I want you to give me the X, Y intercept point for each one. You do all the work on graphing, but you give me just the answer for the X, Y intercept, and I'll be happy. Okay? Well, have a good quiz and have a good weekend coming up, and I hope you have good work as well. Thank you.